what's happening? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Daylan here. Daylan and Duke. Duke, let's go, bud. Let's go, bud. My best bud. You guys know Duke. All right, it is cold today. It's not, I'd say it's cold out, but it's not like freezing. Plus, it's later in the day. There's some sunshine going on. I ended up having to make a dump run today. So I came back. I'm going to give this guy a walk, and then I got to go drive to Sedona. Today was really, I'm going to put the hood up, actually. Today was actually a very interesting day, and I love days like this. It was like, I love it when God just kind of like hangs out with me. And it comes because I decide to hang out with God, right? And so this morning, I'm making a dump run. It was like 7 o'clock, beautiful sunrise, crystal clear day, and so I am driving back from Prescott, coming back over Mingus, admiring just the snow and the beauty and the majesty of the whole deal, right? Oh, by the way, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for commenting and sending me personal messages. I mean, I've been getting a lot of it, actually. It's really blessed me. If you feel like it, like, subscribe. Not because I'm going to stop giving content, morning, but because, you know what? It actually will help this message that I'm going to start putting out, like, reach more people, okay? Because I feel like it needs to. So this one in particular, today, I'm not really going to talk about me, necessarily. Today was like a day where I got to hang out with God, and it was so cool. So, all right, here we go. Go to Prescott, go to the dump, do my thing, and on the way there, I was meditating, okay? I'm doing something that I learned like 3 years ago, a book by James Nestor called Breathe. Really great book about the power of it sounds silly, the power of breathing, and not necessarily just breathing in general. Obviously, it keeps you alive really good. That's powerful. But even more so, the power of controlling your breath. And look at this dude zipping away. So I'm on my well wheel today, in case you hadn't noticed. Okay, I'm doing box breathing, this is how I learned about breathing and breath work was through this book. And so I'm doing box breathing, which if you don't know what it is, you should maybe check out the book, but I'll give you kind of basic rundown, which is the basics of it are you breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out through your mouth for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and you just rinse, recycle, repeat kind of thing. So I'm doing this, and you can vary it. It gets, it doesn't have to be just 4 seconds. You can do 6, 8. I've done, all kinds of combinations. And the other part about it too is you really want to use your diaphragm. Okay, you don't want to breathe necessarily up here in your lungs. You want to breathe with your diaphragm. So there you go. Box breathing 101. I'm doing this driving, right? And in the book, they even tell you, and most meditation stuff, when you start getting into it, it tells you don't do this while doing, other activities, yada, yada, because it's powerful. You could pass out, all these things. I hear God say, should you be doing this while you're driving? And it was like in the middle of, of a cycle. Now, man, this was such an interesting like chain of thoughts today. But I go, I don't know, should I? And the answer wasn't like a yes or a no, okay? The answer was a movie scene, and I thought it was very interesting. There's this movie scene that has stuck with me my entire life. And it always pops up when I'm doing things like when I'm doing, Duke, come on, bud. Hey, this way. Hey. It always pops up when I'm doing like multiple things, or I'm trying something, like it seems like a distraction, okay? Duke, hey, wrong way, buddy. Come on, follow me. And so I see this movie scene from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. In the scene, these kids are shooting, they're practicing archery, shooting at a target. Kevin Costner, the man, the myth, the legend, pops up. Yeah, here, let me show you whippersnappers how to do this, right? Fires off an arrow, bullseye, beautiful shot. Everybody cheers. Ah, hey, Robin. Ah, good job. So, Miriam, however you want to say her name, she chimes in and says, yeah, great shot, Robin. Can you do it under distraction or during distraction? Robin says, I'm sure he like gets a little cocky and says, all right, let's go. Knocks an arrow, draws it back, aims, and she just leans in and goes, blows in his ear. He lets that arrow go, misses the target completely. So this is the answer that God gave me to my question, which was, I don't know, should I? So then I was like, oh, hey, that really was a great answer. I enjoyed the thought of it. I enjoyed hearing that, yes, I should be doing it while I'm driving, because what it does, it cements the practice of this, because I'm doing something. It becomes like a muscle memory or an instinct of sorts, okay? It's what helps the body and the mind like lock in information and really be able to work in unison together. And this is what I believe. So I hear that, I'm like, oh, great answer. I start to, I made a video about it. I posted the video on Facebook, posted it on TikTok. As I'm posting it on TikTok, I'm typing the word like listen to God or something, and there's a little caption that pops up like that I can tap on and add it to my video, and it says don't listen to the enemy or something like that. Okay, so I'm just kind of giving you this whole day, this whole morning was really like just a step-by-step expansion of this thought. Sorry if it's a little windy. All right, I see that, and I was like, huh, don't let the enemy. And I immediately was like, whoa, how often would I label a distracting thought, because I was doing something good, right? I was meditating. I was doing breath work. And how often, because I'm doing something good, I would label it, and I hear these terms getting thrown around: intrusive thoughts, ego, the enemy, right? That one's really harsh. But there's these varying degrees of labels, like we've been talking about. Labels they can be misleading, or they can take us mentally down a path that isn't productive or good. Or actually, I'm done with the labels. Okay, you get the point. So I was like, man, there's no way that was the enemy. That was totally God. There is no enemy other than my perspective. Often, maybe I would say all the time. I don't know. The enemy is my perspective. Perspective is built off of thought. And that's another thing that I'll go into in a minute, because there was another thought today that came. It was really cool about trauma. All right, so I was like, is this the enemy? No, there is no enemy here. This was a God moment. It was beautiful. Thank you. So as I thought about that, I was grateful for the moment. I was grateful for the distraction. I was grateful for the breath work. All of it was like this really cool conversation that I had with God. Fast forward. Okay. I get my stuff done. I'm on my way back over the mountain. Beautiful Mingus. It's one of my favorite places. And when you hear this, you might, maybe you'd question that, because a couple days ago, I posted a video of my motorcycle accident, which happened on Mingus. So I'm driving back. I get to the place where my motorcycle accident happened. And I was videoing, I was taking a Snapchat of the spot, and I was talking about that, and I labeled it trauma. And I had another question pop into my mind, which was it trauma? I think a lot of people would label it that. I don't feel that way. And here was this really beautiful concept that it took me a few minutes to build upon, to get kind of the whole picture, I feel. But this statement came out of it, which is, oh wow, that's cool. There's this little water wheel. Sorry for there's this water wheel. It's all covered in ice. That's so pretty. Look at this guy. Can you believe he's 14? I love him. All right. So here's this statement that I heard. And I'm really interested to see how other people feel about it. Everyone experiences trauma. Perspective is what makes it traumatic. And that came to me from sitting with that, that moment of I had a traumatic, an event that inflicted trauma on my body, on my mind. Okay? But because I didn't look at it as a negative, I mean, obviously I didn't want to wreck my motorcycle, but I didn't stop riding my motorcycle. I didn't stop. I didn't let it affect the way that I live my life, or so I thought. I mean, there were avenues or areas that it certainly did that I couldn't see. But my perspective did not allow it to be traumatic, meaning it didn't, I don't know, it just didn't stick with me. It didn't make me afraid. It didn't instill fear into me. I think that's what I'm trying to get at, is that that what makes it traumatic is that it lasts in your life and it inflicts fear into the things that you do. And fear, that's a whole nother lesson. It's a whole nother topic to discuss. So I thought that was very, very insightful for God to say to me, is that my perspective is totally shaped off of experience and our how we interpret experience. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope that actually speaks to somebody and helps somebody else other than me. I really do. Because it was like it was a tasty morsel for my soul. I love that stuff. I love it when God gives me those things. I'm gonna be chewing on that all day or longer. So, fun day. I just encourage people to sit. That's what I said yesterday. Just sit, meditate. However that looks for you. And it doesn't have to be a peaceful, calm environment. In fact, I would encourage you to meditate in distracting environments. Get used to, because life is distracting. Life is not calm. Life is anything but. You be the calm, right? I need to be the calm. So, you know what? I think I'm done today. I'm not even going to that 25-minute mark. My prayer today is that someone else would hear what I heard and that it would touch their soul like it did mine. Thanks to God, Thanks to God for giving us tasty morsels. I really am grateful. And I'm grateful for you. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I appreciate you very, very much. And have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow.